Welcome back to another video at Big Easy Overland. So the last video I did, I had said that I was contemplating using these Denali, I think they're S2 auxiliary lights that I had on my motorcycle, which was a Triumph Scrambler 900. I ended up getting hit on that motorcycle and it was destroyed. Before it went away, I salvaged these lights back off of it because it was an aftermarket light. It wasn't something that came on the motorcycle. Anyways, and I said that I wasn't sure if I could be using these because I wasn't sure if using a battery from a motorcycle is the same as using a battery from a car. I talked to an expert in electricity and said that my thinking was correct, that there is yes, there is more amperage, but that amperage is a draw, not a push. In other words, it's not going to push that amperage into the load unless the load wants it, right? So the light wants the amperage, it will accept the amperage. And so it doesn't matter if you use a car battery or a motorcycle battery. And so I'm going to install these on the 4Runner, just as I had said before, with the Cali raised, low profile ditch light mounts. So in the meantime, I had to figure out, how, first of all, if they would still work, because I hadn't tested them since the wreck, and secondly, how I was going to do it. And so here's what I've got. I've got jumpers going from, well, first of all, I got the power to this pack clamped on. That's what these clamps are, just clamping it on to the battery. And then I've got a jumper going from here. That is running my switch. Okay, so the jumper is running my switch, and then the switch is then going to this part here, which I'm gonna have to figure out a way to rewire somehow. Hopefully I can find another plug like this, because that's what I'd like to do, is leave it intact and not be cutting it too much. Just put in a plug in that side and just run those wires to it. The third wire that goes to this, the switch that was on it was a backlit switch. Well, I've already got backlighting just from how these switches work, so I don't have to worry about that. So I would just hook the power and ground to this and then run it to my switch. So anyways, this wire, which was a source of confusion for a while, this, when it's on the motorcycle, this wire here goes to a keyed source, the white wire. And then, so that when you turn the key on, the light comes on, which on a motorcycle is how it's done. The blue wire went to a source that when the high beam was on, it would be triggered. So basically this is the high beam wire. Well, I could possibly, and I'm thinking about maybe doing another switch. Like I actually have an extra switch here, it's zombie lights, right? I'm thinking about moving this over to there and having this be just low beam and this be high beam. Not sure if I'm going to do that yet. But if you just leave them like this and you turn it on, it goes low beam. So what I've got right now is, if I hit, also, I don't know if you can see this on the thing, but these particular switches, which I kind of stole this whole switch thing from Wanderlost Overland. They've got a lot of great ideas. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you're interested in these, they do a much better job of explaining them on their channel. So anyways, this is backlit with what the light is. So in this case, I'm calling them spotlights. And then if you turn it on, first of all, it comes on, and right now it's on low beam. And I'm going to do this. So then you can see that they're also backlit on the light itself, the little logo. So now these are not connected, right? So that's why it's in low beam. So if I connect them, now it goes to high beam. So I'm going to have them high beam all the time, I think. But I might also utilize that other switch. I haven't really decided that yet. But anyways, that's what we have.